The Joe Rogan Experience.
Did you see that they don't know that there's conflicts of interest about, or no, did you see, sorry, I'm starting the sentence off wrong. Did you see that there is some issues about the bullet that killed that guy? Of Charlie Kirk? I'm sorry. And I didn't mean to say that guy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Let me clarify that, I think. And we'll find out if this is correct. But I see headlines and I see the way people are talking about it, and I don't know if it's accurate.
Yeah.
Because what I think is accurate is what they're saying is that from the fragments of the bullet, they were unable to determine that it came from that Mauser rifle.
I see.
My issue with it, and I'm no expert, but I have shot things. Like, I'm a hunter. I've shot things with rifles. I've shot a lot of rifles. Mm-hmm. A 30-06 is a big round. Oof. That's a big round. Show me an image.
Would it hurt if it hit you?
Experts debunk Tyler Robinson's ballistic claim. Unable to identify is not the same as ruled out, which is exactly what I'm saying. Right? So show me an image of a 30-06 round, 30-06 rifle round. I want you to look at this. Look at the size of that fucker, okay? Look at a 30-06 versus a 308.
That's a fucking paperweight.
A 30-06 it's a big round. You see it in that guy's hand?
Yeah. Oh my God, are you serious?
Mm-hmm. That's 30-06. So
that's a fat little hand though. Too. Look at that thing.
That's like my hand. This is the point. Is that's a big round. That's not a small round. I mean, I don't know. What isn't it compared to? I use a 300 Win Mag.
Look at that on the right there. You just had it. Those cartridges.
5.56. Yeah. Is meant for war. 30-06 is meant for hunting. No, I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, that doesn't look realistic.
That's what a 30-06 looks like. Okay. In comparison to a quarter. So you look at it. So a quarter's about that high. It's about that big. That's a big round, dude. That's a round for hunting like elk. Like, it's a very common round. Well, see, do me a favor and compare 30-06 to 300 Win Mag compared to 300 Win Mag.
I'm just scared, dude.
So 300 Win Mag, I think, is fatter. Let's see the difference. Okay. There it is. 300 Win Mag on the left. Oh, 30-06 is bigger.
Oh, look.
Okay.
Little couple.
Is that real? Which one's which, though? Show me that one far left, right there. Okay, 300 Win Mag and 30-06. So 300 Win Mag has a little bit more powder in it. See how it goes higher up? So it has more charge. It's a bigger round. But my point is, that's a big round. So like 300 Win Mag's a big round.
Yeah.
30-06 is slightly smaller, but it's still, that's a lot of powder in that bad boy. That's a lot of firepower. So this is what a lot of people have an issue with, is the wound. That there was no exit wound. It shot him in like the soft tissue of the neck.
If it killed you,
would you go out?
Would you feel pain?
I mean, it looked like he was dead almost instantly. It looked like he slumped over. I think he was at the very least unconscious.
But it would have left his body, you're saying?
I think it would have blown a hole out the back. That's the thing. It's like 9mm do that sometimes.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, it seems weird that it doesn't have an exit hole.
Yeah.
It seems weird that you're shooting him in the neck, and the image from the back, there's a video of him getting shot from the back. It doesn't leave an exit hole. So it doesn't look like it's that round. There's also the fact that this guy supposedly climbed on the roof with it and then assembled it, which doesn't make sense, because if you assemble it, that means you have to take the scope off, put the scope back on. You have to zero the rifle after you do stuff like that.
Yeah, the guy who had killed or allegedly killed Osama bin Laden. Who's that? Mike? Who's the?
I know who you're talking about. The Navy SEAL.
Yep, he was just talking about that. And I only say allegedly because I don't know anything about that. I don't know the specifics, even though I read the freaking book he wrote. But yeah, he was saying that to be able to do all that and get off of that roof, it all seems bizarre.
Not only that, they supposedly disconnected the rifle again, took it apart on the roof, put it in his backpack, jumped off with it, and then reassembled it and left it in the woods.
And allegedly was at a Dairy Queen. Do you see that?
Yes.
Who could shoot someone and go to Dairy Queen?
It seems weird. And then also his family's denying that he confessed.
Yeah.
They were saying that, no, he didn't confess.
And we haven't heard...
His family said 2% of what they're saying about this is correct.
Have you reached out to them, or have they reached out to you?
No, well, I don't think they can. I mean, they're probably terrified about their son's future in life. Like, they're trying to pin this crime on him. Who knows if he did it or didn't do it? I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. But I am saying that the story of him climbing up there with a disassembled gun, assembling it, making that shot, disassembling it again, climbing down. If that's the narrative, that sounds like straight horse shit.
Yeah.
And the video of him hopping down, it does not look like he's a rifle when he's hopping down. So what's happening? How did he get up there? How did no one see it? There's so many things that are fucked up about that story that it doesn't totally make sense. But a big one to me is the actual bullet hole, the actual damage that rifle does. Look, but here's another thing. Guns do weird things sometimes. Like, bullets do weird things. And sometimes they don't maybe it fucking center punched his spinal column and it did blow apart and it didn't go out the back. It's possible.
Have they released any information about the autopsy?
I don't know.
I mean, you would think that...
I don't know what the specifics are, but I know a lot of people are very skeptical, which they are about everything these days, which is also part of the problem.
Well, they have to be skeptical because the news is compromised. The news is owned by, it's not good. And
it's also, there's a lot of disinformation out there. There's a lot of, like, covering up stories. There's a lot of weird shit.
And, yes, and then even... other places can put out news that's bad for us. They'll be like, oh, well, we'll put this out there.
Sure.
Disguised as information.
Yeah.
But did you see that exploding mic theory? Did you guys talk about that on here?
I've heard that theory, but I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. I've heard people talk about it, but I hadn't looked into it. It looks like he got shot. I don't know if the microphone's going to hit you in the neck. Like, how do you know where the mic's pointing? You're moving around a lot. How do you know when to make it go off?
That's a good point. They had it, like, on his shirt at a specific spot. But, yeah, you're right. How would you know? But then the place where
it sounds like a gunshot, though. And there's a delay between the gunshot and the impact in terms of, like, acoustic readings. Like, and I think somebody did an analysis of the distance they believe the shot was taken from based on the sound. You know, if that is the round that they use, 30-06, based on the sound of the gunshot going off and the amount of time before it impacts them. It's a very small amount of time, but it is measurable. And they think that it might have actually been closer than what they're saying, which is, I think, 100 and something yards. I forget what the exact distance was. What was the exact distance, supposedly? I think it was like 140 yards or something like that. But the weird thing is, like, this whole idea of assembling and disassembling, it doesn't work like that, man.
And if the guy's not a professional, was he a professional?
No, he definitely wasn't a professional. But like, you could get trained, like, shooting a rifle at 140 yards with a really good scope. If you've shot a bunch of times with a rifle and you can keep your shit together, is not that far of a shot. You can make that shot. People can make that shot. He wasn't even wearing a bulletproof vest, even though he did obviously get hit in the neck. But the thing is, like, if that's the narrative, and I don't know if they're still sticking with the story, but that was what they were saying at first, that he disassembled it and reassembled it. Reassembling a gun does not make it accurate. You have to zero a rifle in. And what that involves you get to, like, whatever the yardage are that you're trying it out, like 100 yards, and, you squeeze off a trigger, and then you look through the binoculars, or you have a spotter with a scope next to you, and he says 6 inches high right, and so then you adjust it, adjust the scope, and then you get it where it's firing, and you do it on a rest. And it takes a few shots, man. So you have a rest, so that you're not moving the rifle around where it can be human error, can be attributed to the miss.
And if you're on a hot roof, that was a hot roof, wasn't it?
Most official and media accounts put the shot at roughly 200 yards, with some investigative timelines suggesting a range of about 150 to 200 yards from Kirk. So somewhere between 150 and 200 yards.
But dude, and also being on a hot roof. Have you ever been on a hot roof?
I have.
Dude, it's hot.
Well, it wasn't that hot. Well, yeah, it was. It was September. September in Utah, actually not that hot.
It sounds hot.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Because this was happening while I was out elk hunting.
What town did it happen in?
I don't know. I'm not sure. It was in Utah, though.
I think it was in southern Utah, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Utah's a
Valley.
mountain. It's a mountain town. I mean,
my brother lives in Utah. I like Utah.
Like I said, I was in Utah at the time.
Oh,
of this
you were?
happening. Yeah, I was hunting in the mountains.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know nothing. I started getting all these text messages from people wanting me to comment on things. I was like, what are you talking about? I literally didn't know what was going on. But then I had to use the Starlink to get online.
Oh, wow. That's
I got a Starlink. It's like literally,
I like Starlink.
It's like the size of a fucking iPad, and you lay it on the ground, you get high-speed internet. It's incredible.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, but that's how I had to like research it, find out what the fuck people are talking about.
But did you see there was like the facility in Tennessee where they bought the whatever the mic thing was allegedly that place thing got completely obliterated. 16 people died.
What? What?
If you can bring that
Where they made the microphones?
where they made the lapel mic that he was wearing. This is probably a conspiracy thing or something.
Where'd you get this? TikTok?
This is a conspiracy theory. Or it's something that's absolutely true. I just
I haven't heard that one at all.
I think James Lee said.
But I'm
this is
trying
James
to
Lee.
stay away from this shit.
I
That's
agree.
why I'm not. That's why I don't know.
I agree. It's just I think it. I don't know. It's just a tough.
So my point about the round is it's a large round, and it seems like it would have done more damage. And this is not my opinion. This is the opinion of many experts.
Yeah.
I agree with their opinion. It's not uniquely my opinion. I saw it, and I'm like, oh my God, he got shot. And then I heard it was a 30-06, and I was like,
That's interesting.
it's a little odd.
If you had to get shot by, what would you like to get? If you had to get shot,
You want to get killed, right? You don't want to get...
I don't. Shoot me with a 22.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd take a 22, but a 22 kills people.
Where would you
People
take
kill
it at?
people. Take it in the shoulder, I guess.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, you don't want to get shot, period.
I know. I agree, Joe. But I'm just saying, if you had to get shot, how do you like? Because here's
Butt
the thing.
cheek, 22, and tighten up.
There's-
Take it in the butt cheek. Bang. I don't know. Not good.
But
no,
there's gonna be
no bullet is good to take. But the point is that seemed like not enough damage for that kind of round. But I might be wrong. Again, I might be wrong in that bullets
It's okay
do
if you're
weird
wrong.
things. If it hit the spine and it blew apart, but I just feel like you would find a lot of it in there.
Dude,
Especially if there's no exit wound. Like, how come you can't find...
the whole thing's bizarre, dude. Did you see the part, Jamie, that I'm talking about where that thing blew up?
Oh yeah, but I'm trying to find a good explanation. Of
Okay,
the
understood. And there may not be
show,
one. Thank
but,
you. I'm sorry.
'cause I know I brought it up yesterday.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I think I'm just scared. And it's like, yeah, what do you...
Here it is.
I just don't know
18
yet.
people unaccounted for after deadly explosion rocks Tennessee plant. First responders
funny.
rushed to Accurate Energetic Systems. That sounds like a CIA operation. A facility on the line of Humphreys and Hickman counties that processes ammunition and explosives. But is this the place that made the microphones?
So the conspiracy says that the microphone was taken to this place to be converted into like an explosion device.
Somebody found an invoice from it. That's what it was. That was the
Yeah.
piece of information that was going around.
Who found that? Is that James Lee found that?
Not sure.
See if you can find what James Lee has to say. He's my number one source of information.
That's what I heard, dude. I got to podcast with him.
Did you?
I got to meet him, dude.
Is he cool?
He's a nice guy, bro.